Hello, everybody. It's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's Monday. Okay. So we are going to be playing with the hot air balloon suite. And we have the stamp set, the dies, the designer series paper. I also have the embellishments. And we're going to make a fun pocket card today. I'm also going to pair it with the Everyday Details dies. And so let's go ahead and get started on cutting all the pieces, and then we'll stamp and assemble it. So first, I need a couple of things. I need to cut this designer series paper down so that we could cut out one of the hot air balloons. Okay, so I have that. And then I also am going to need some basic white cardstock and some lemon lolly, which is the colors I'm using. So I'm first going to, so I don't ruin this piece of paper, I want to cut my card base. And I need a card base that's 5.5 by 8.5. And then I'm going to put that aside. We'll score it in a minute. Or let's go ahead and score it. Then we'll have all of our pieces ready. So on the 8.5-inch side, we want to score it at 1.5 and at 4.25. Okay. So I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm just going to cut a piece of this cardstock at 3 inches to do some die cutting. And then I also need a piece of basic white cardstock that is cut at 4.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 3.5. And then at 4.5. And then this piece we'll use for die cutting. This piece we'll use for our card. And then while we're cutting our items, I'm going to use 2 pieces of designer series paper. I was going to pull in the lemon lolly and then use this polka dot paper. And I want, let's see here. I'm also going to pull in another piece. I'm going to use the other side of the balloon paper. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 1.25 and then by 5.25. And then this one also 1.25. And then we want that by 5.25 as well. Okay. And then this lemon lolly piece, I want to cut it at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And that should be all of our cutting. So let's go ahead and move the paper trimmer out of the way. And then we'll bring in our mini cut and emboss machine. And we will die cut our pieces here. So I'm first going to start with the hot air balloon. And I'm going to use a piece of Post-it tape just to hold it in place so I can get a nice image, hopefully. Sometimes I move it and it goes a little crazy, but I think this will do it. Okay. So I have my hot air balloon. And then I'm going to next do the little basket. And so I'm just going to use the basket right underneath that piece. Okay. And there's our little basket. So now I'm done with those two dies. Next, I'm going to bring in the other dies that I told you I was coordinating it with. Okay. And I'm going to use my basic white cardstock. And I'm going to cut out the circle template here. Let's see what we got. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Lemon Lolly color. And I'm going to do the big one, even though it's going to overlap there, I want the middle size cut out. So I'm layering this up. Okay, come on. See if this worked the way I wanted it to work. Okay, one more piece that we want to cut. Let's see here. I'm trying to think how I want this to look. Okay, I think we're done with the die cutting. The bigger piece didn't work out the way I thought it would cut, so we might just have the one layer, but that's okay. We're gonna like the card anyway. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, let me get all these little dots off there. Now we're gonna bring in all of our pieces that we have, which are all right here. We're going to bring in our embellishments. We're going to bring in the stamp set. I'm going to be using Balmy Blue. And I'm going to take my basic white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp this Just a Note to Lift You Up. Okay. There's our sentiment. I have those dots everywhere. Okay. And then let's go ahead and put this fun card together. Okay, so this is going to layer on top of here. Okay, and I'm going to set that aside for just a minute. We're going to come in with our cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and score it at that 4 1/4 mark. I found my bone folder, you guys. And then we're going to fold the flap down, the 1 1/2 inch flap down. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add tear and tape along the outer edge here, all the way to the edge, so that my card will fit in there on both sides. So there's our pocket that I was telling you about. Okay. And then I'm just going to take off the release paper. Okay. And then I'm just going to fold that down. Okay. Now, before we glue this down, I'm going to put down my my polka dot paper. And I'm just going to center that down on the bottom, just like so. Then I'm going to take that tear and tape again, getting it as close to the edge as I can. And then we'll take that release paper off. And fold that down. And then we'll glue our stripe paper right on down. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this white piece. I'll save that for another time. So I'll just put it back in the die envelope. And let's pop this up, whoops, on some dimensionals. Let me get that little circle out. There we go. And I want that overlapping. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue down my little balloon. So I'm just going to adhere the basket to the heart first. Should have done it on the top, shouldn't I have? Okay, hold on. Okay. So I didn't put glue at the top so that it could peek over the little circle. And then we'll add our basket. Just like that. Okay. And then let's add some of our, or let's add our card. Fits in there perfect. Okay, and then let's add some of our embellishments. And that's our fun little card today. Okay, so I think I'm going to add some of this. And then there we go. That's our card for today, you guys. Super easy. Combined a couple of die sets, and I think it will be cute to mail to a special someone. So I hope you guys had fun crafting with me today, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye, my creative peeps.